Hello there. Good evening if you're with us live. If you're not, then good whatever time of the day it is in your neck of the woods. I am Lawrence W. Moore of the Wayfarer Project, and tonight we are doing part 2 of Monty Python's legendary film, The Life of Brian. And last week we started off with the first half, and now we're doing the second half. Next week, we'll be moving on to other things, which we will probably be discussing tonight. Since we like to do our planning, our crouching, our conspiring, we like to do that live so everyone can participate. All right, folks. Well, we are going to welcome on the panel, and as long as I find the right intro video, we'll end up playing the correct one. If I play the wrong one, please forgive me, but I think I got it right here. Please welcome Mike Mountain Hawk Gorley. Okay, I am in an interesting predicament here in that while your intro video was playing, my sound went bye-bye. Totally disappeared on me. So I am going to try to leave the studio and come right back. Mike, do you mind telling a joke or two for our wonderful chat?
So did mine. Oh, yes. Well, I didn't get to tell you because I was late, and I'm glad we were late because if it weren't went to see Consider the Source last night. And are you guys hearing me? Hello. I'm reminded me that I had earworms tonight.
Okay.
Hail
Well,
Scott.
I left the studio and
Because last
came
night I
back,
was
and I still don't
in my
hear anything. But since I heard her talking through the wall there, I think I'm going to introduce Psyche Opera, Psyche Electroacoustic Opera Company, Liza Sahido, all the same person, because at least she can help, and talk to Mike while I still can't hear a damn thing from anybody. Here we go.
Hello? I'm not hearing Lawrence at all, folks. What's going on, chat? Who are you
Are you
hearing?
hearing me?
I could hear you, Mike. But you drop in and out, Mike. I'm not sure what's going on.
If anybody's hearing shit I'm saying.
No.
And I almost didn't make it to begin with.
We got a super chat from Common.
Hold on, I'm going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Do you hear me?
Nope. Now I hear you, but before.
No. You don't hear me on the microphone.
I just caught you on the mic.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't hear. Yeah.
Okay, we can hear Lawrence now. Hello? Are you back in front of the mic? Yeah. Mike,
All right.
Common People is
supposed to
reconsidering his
Okay.
investment, folks. He is for $6. No, that's not $6. £6 and 69. What do you guys call cents in? I don't know your fractional system, common people.
If anybody hears me, I'm going to have to try closing all my tabs and
Pence.
coming back in a new browser.
Pence.
That's
So,
the only thing I can think of.
pennies. Okay. All right. So, would it be appropriate to say that common people
Talking over each other.
contributed £6 and 69 pence? Does that make sense to you guys? Cool beans, Flav. Thank you. Thank you for the edumacation. Scott says, I can hear everyone, but I don't think Lawrence can hear anyone. I think that is still the case, and I heard some weird distortion in his audio. Don't know what's going on with Evie Mux, folks. So sorry. So sorry. Thank you for the super chat, common people. We don't deserve it right now. Ay. Yikes. There he is. Say something. Wonder what he's doing in the control room. Mike, I don't hear you anymore. Common People says, just hard to tell if it's the technology or Lawrence going full Lawrence. It's hard for me to tell too, Common People. Scott Hovitt says, nope, no words. From whom though? Can you hear Mike? I can't hear you. I don't know if the chat can hear me either. I'm not sure. What are you hearing, chat? What is the chat hearing? I agree with you, Flab. It might just be easier to restart the stream. Why don't we do that, Lawrence? Scott says, I still hear everyone else. Who's the one missing in the... okay, Mike. I can't hear Mike. I can't hear Lawrence.
Okay. Now, do you hear me?
Yes, but very distorted.
Very distorted.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah. Common People says, I can only hear you. Which one of the yous, Common People? Yes.
Very distorted.
Yeah, I'm hearing distortion.
Let me try this. Okay. Now I should be able to. No, I want to hear myself here. Okay, that's not going to do it. So let's do it.
Both
All right.
now.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to unplug and replug the interface for that.
Okay, do. Oh, Scott Hovitt says, Lawrence sounds great, no distortion. That must be just us, Scott. I'm hearing Lawrence with a massive amount of distortion. Look at that waveform behind him. Something's going on there. Flav says, it's really distorted here. Common People says there's a small amount of distortion. I can't hear you, Lawrence, anymore. I know you're speaking because I could hear you through the door, but... yeah. I, you know, might just be within the panel then. We should do what Flav suggested and restart the stream. Can we do that? You're going to have to respond in the chat, Lawrence, because I don't know what you're saying. I could hear you now.
Okay. You're hearing me through the system, right?
I'm hearing you through the system now, although Flav says I don't hear Lawrence at all, can see he's speaking, but no sound here.
Well,
Common People says both. Perfect here says Scott. Oh, okay. Now Flav can hear you. Okay.
okay.
Cool. I
now,
think
where the hell's Mike?
I don't know. I think
He's
Mike.
not there.
Mike, I don't know. I saw that he lost Wi-Fi. Evie Mux was showing a red Wi-Fi symbol for him, so maybe he's restarting his computer or something.
Okay. Yeah, he was at a pretty big delay. Now, what happened, I'm not sure what caused it, but I basically checked my sound settings and somehow Evie Mux turned my volume all the way down for output so I couldn't hear anything. But why it goes into your operating system and just does all sorts of weird stuff, I don't know why. I'd like it to leave my operating system alone, you know?
We are gonna have to invest time into OBS. That's
Oh, yeah, like that just like multiplies the number of things that could go wrong by like 500.
No, not necessarily. Or here's an option that no, I guess that wouldn't work. That wouldn't work. No,
What?
never mind. Never mind. No, that wouldn't make sense. No.
You don't even want to mention it?
I was thinking of YouTube's built-in stream together thing, but you can't share media on there. So, no.
Well, that's the way YouTube's getting anyway. You can't play any goddamn media. All you can do is come on and talk.
Yeah.
it's yeah, the copyright stuff is getting a bit ridiculous. All right. Well, we might as well just soldier on.
Yep.
Oh, I see Mike there. He appeared.
Mike.
Can you hear me?
Yay,
Yay.
Mike.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you,
I
Mike.
can hear you.
Well, I'm on a laptop. I had to go plug in a laptop, and then Yahoo gave me a ton of shit trying to get logged in. And
Was it Yahoo or AOL?
Well, I mean, and every time I was talking before, you guys were talking over me, so nobody was hearing me. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm running on 4 hours of sleep. My wife reminded me about this. I almost forgot.
Oh, wow.
Because, well, I'm been trying to, I went to see Consider the Source in Nashville last night.
Nice.
And I did a documentary.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. You made the documentary?
Yes, I'm hoping to have it up by the end of the week, but I don't know at the rate I'm going. I've got like hours of video. I mean,
nice.
Yeah, we'll definitely share that when you have it ready.
Absolutely.
But anyway, I was so focused. My wife came and got me, and she's like, "Oh yeah, it's earworms time." I'm like, "What?"
It's time to go to work, Mike.
Yeah.
I was like, "Shit, man!" I was so focused on. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm glad everyone can hear me now, because I was like, I can't do this all night.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, oh, maybe I should just give up.
Yeah, right.
I was feeling beaten down, battered down. At least that's another thing to check is if I don't hear things, just go to the operating system settings because probably Chrome, the browser, messes with that too. So anyway,
Yeah.
let us get on with the film here.
Yes, it's only 8:00.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh my god.
Hello,
Yeah.
everyone.
Oh, look, a swap shop. Is he coming in?
I don't know. I mean, he's of course always welcome. And I don't know it.
Oh, you just have his avatar ready to go.
Oh yeah, I have it there. I guess we could hide it. Otherwise, it's false advertising.
False advertising. Yes.
There we go. We were able to hide him.
Cool, baby.
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, I don't know what nights he's coming, which nights he's not. It's pretty much decided by his own unfolding of his life journey, and it usually comes down to the wire. Oh man. So anyway, here we are, Romans. And what are the Romans doing? Hold on. Did I hide it? I hid it.
Hid
Yeah,
what?
there. We're on this. This is where we left off. And so.
Did we? We passed this long time ago.
No. Well, remember they raided the house twice.
Okay, we could skip part 2 and just go to the next part.
Let me just rocket through it. So yeah, they missed something. They forgot something. So they came back and the Romans go running through and it's like a train. And they're still talking about crucifixion. The old man's not impressed. I mean, he's been through a lot, so he's not afraid of crucifixion. But anyway, there they are hiding out and stuff. And it looks like another knock came. Oh my goodness. Is it another inspection? And, Brian, who's been hiding on the ledge there, is about to fall down. You could see that little porta potty they have stuck outside there is about to give way. And he's going to fall down on this preacher here, this prophet, or maybe not prophet. You don't know if someone's a prophet until it either comes true or it doesn't. And he's kind of lands on the guy, knocks him over. He conveniently falls into some large pottery. And so that's very nice. At least there's somewhere to go. And there we go. Those are that's the crowd. That's the kind of crowd he was getting. And so now Brian, he's being chased by Romans. He fell down here, and now he's got to pretend like he's a street preacher or something. So he blends in, even though he's totally exposed in sunlight here. So I don't know. But I guess if he keeps preaching and stuff like that, he'll sound like he's not out of place, and the Romans will just ignore him. There's a Roman looking at him right now like, you going to preach, buddy? You going to preach? And so he's looking around, and that's what he sees. He sees the guy there that did the whole writhing and the undulating and the moving of pots and stuff like that, because that's what he's predicting, a lot of Babylonian part moving. And so that's what's coming, at least according to him. And then Gandalf here, I'm not sure what he's predicting. Perhaps he's predicting the coming of Sauron, which did kind of happen here in the 21st century.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, don't you feel the eye of Sauron on you?
Oh, all the time.
Or is it the eye of the ranger?
Oh, don't get me started on that. Oh, wait, let me grab a cigar box guitar. I'll show you Eye of the Ranger.
Oh, no, she's going to sing.
Do it.
All right. Yeah, do it. Yeah, man.
Wait.
Walker, Texas Ranger, man. I forgot how it goes, but I know it's...
I'm trying to remember the lyrics here, but let me see.
I wonder if we could play it. I mean, we'd have to clip it out later, but, we could play it. If we need a reminder. Oh, he's here preaching, and once again, Mike. Oh!
Here we go.
Let me see. What are the gosh darn lyrics? The eye of the ranger are upon you. Everything you do, he's gonna see. When you're in Texas,
let's get it. Let's get it.
Yeah.
This is earworms after all, which means it's you never know what to expect.
That's right.
Where the Rangers gonna be.
Texas Ranger theme. All right, I've I've called it up here. I've skipped the ad. I've unmuted it, and so now I just need to share it. Oh, come on. All right, and now, folks, on the rewind, if you're happening to listen to us on the rewind, this may be cut out. This may actually be cut out because of copyright, but
I
that's
was
why.
thinking we should move Life of Brian to next week and give us a concert.
Oh God, I'm not ready, Mike. This is totally improv.
I was digging it.
Well, I mean, if she puts her camera on, that would help.
No, I'm not ready for the camera today. I look like total crap because I was working outside before the whatnot.
So, do you see the?
Oh, you're among friends.
Do you see Walker, Texas Ranger on the screen there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a copyright infringement.
Yeah, I know. That's why this. Hey, you got to join us live, folks, because that's when you hear stuff, and this will be clipped out later. But anyway, here we go. Just so, Liza.
Yep.
I'm going to play it for you, and
Go
so
for
you
it.
can remember it.
Go for it.
In the eyes of a ranger, the unsuspecting stranger had better know the truth of wrong from right. Cause the eyes of
The ranger are upon you.
Everything you do is gonna see. When you're in Texas, look behind you.
Cause
That's
that's where the
where the
ranger's
Rangers
gonna be.
All right. So we got our reminder there of how it goes. So, yeah. The eyes of the ranger are upon... Oh, now Pink Floyd Echoes came up next. That's a very...
Whoa!
that's a nighttime listen, folks. Yeah. Oh, my God. That's a nice nighttime listen. All right.
Well, if we're not on next week, you know, we got shut down.
Yeah. Okay, Liza, I'm going to go through his preaching here. Why don't you just keep working on that?
Okay. I'll mute while I work on this. Go ahead.
All right. So, yeah, he's preaching to the people, and he just starts saying stuff and, whatever he feels he can say. And he probably even says, the eyes of the ranger are upon
You.
you. So anyway, yeah, Mike, I can't see the subtitles at all. So, not even sure what he's saying here. I just remember at first, he was, what do you call it? He was just kind of like not doing so well, but then all of a sudden, he just started going off the cuff, and then that's when he started catching some interest from the people. Well, this guy liked his gourd.
He likes.
How
his
much
gourd.
for the gourd? How much?
You can have it.
That's a nice gourd. Well, you can
I don't know
have
if I can do this all night.
Yeah, I don't. I know. I think, yeah, we're
I'm a
gonna
little
just,
more tired this week.
yeah, we're just gonna keep motoring here.
They'll just have to read on their own.
Yes, you can read the subtitles there, folks. Yeah, but now this is where he kind of, I mean, they're saying at first, you're making it up as you go along. This is ridiculous. But as he keeps going, then they actually start paying some interest to him because he's it's crunch time. The Romans are near. He's got to really start making it good. And he's just like, so what do you have to worry about? It's like you see the sparrows. The sparrows don't worry about anything. So why should you? Which is pretty, I don't know. That's pretty hard reasoning right there, if you ask me. But, because the sparrows, they may be pretty and stuff, but they don't have jobs, he says. He's just trying to make it up as he's going along. It's like the sparrows don't have jobs. And then the people are kind of upset. What are you, it's like saying the sparrows are like moochers or something like that? And he's like, no. I mean, it's just, I'm just saying that they're fine. They're good people. You know, they're great contributors to our society, but they don't have to worry about anything. So neither should you. I mean, he's kind of like struggling like me. I'm trying to struggle right now, or not trying to struggle. I'm succeeding in struggling. But I'm, trying to, I can't read the subtitles, folks, because my controls are in front of it, as well as Scott's chat.
Either.
Yeah, Scott's chat's right there, and my wife is currently learning the Walker Texas Ranger theme. And
I must admit, I don't have the guitar in the right key to play Walker Texas Rangers. But since Scott Holvent mentioned meatballs, I do have a verse from One Meatball.
Oh.
Okay.
This mic is like, ooh.
That's as disjointed as everything else going on here.
Yeah. This is for common people, chairman of the board. A little man walked up and down to find an eating place in town. He read the menu through and through to see what 15 cents could do. One meatball, one meatball. He could afford just one meatball. That's all I got, common people.
All right. Well, that's better than anything else that happened tonight.
Oh,
very good job.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Rejoicing. Oh, wrong move.
Yeah. Yeah.
What does he say here? I feel like Lawrence after a good wipe. Yeah.
All right. Well,
people.
yeah. Well, you weren't there for it. This happened. This goes back to Trev Retro on Friday, and the hangout,
Thanks,
the Foo Bar
Scott.
Friday hangout, and they were talking about like, I don't know. Somehow it got to the topic of wondering how a blind person could tell if they're finished wiping, at the toilet. And now I am statutorily blind, but not fully blind. But still, I was wondering, well, how does it make a difference? Because I don't remember ever like bending over, looking at my ass to see if I'm done. I don't really bend that way. But apparently, and this is something I learned just this weekend, is most normal people use toilet paper. Well, I use toilet paper. I do that, but they use it in a way where they kind of like do some wipes and then look at it to see if it keeps coming back brown. Now, as soon as it comes back white, apparently they know that they're done. I can usually just feel if I got everything off, but apparently people do that to do the check of the toilet paper. I usually don't like to wipe and then look at whatever I wipe.
How did we get into this? Oh, it was common people's fault.
Well, no, it carried over because Jay Goodwin decided that needed to be an important topic on B-roll stage when I joined B-sides afterwards.
Oh, gosh, people.
Well,
you encourage him to get into these topics. Shame on you.
Well, I'll talk about it. I mean, I have nothing to hide. I do use toilet paper. It's just I don't look at the results.
Common people says, I'm glad he explained. I wish I could say this in an Irish accent because I'm sure it's much funnier in Irish.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Those are things people need to be, keeping up with it, to understand the lore, You definitely got to stay tuned with Mr. Brown Alliance and B-roll stage or B-sides on Fridays, and then Trev now and then whenever it happens, Otherwise, you'll be missing out on the lore. All right.
Well, Flav is right. No one likes to inspect, but inspect you must. Very Yoda.
Wow. All right, Flav. Well, I guess I'll have to do that from now on for you.
Truly. Oh.
But no, I actually, I guess, but the fault, yeah, the fault might be with my parents because they never explained that to me. They just said just wipe and.
Don't blame your parents now. Let's not blame your parents.
I mean, Jay Goodwin was, when I learned about that technique, I never thought of that before. All right. So anyway,
how did we go from? Never mind.
Well, I can't see the subtitles, so I'm just trying to, and we value our chat, so I'm not going to let common people just mention something and have everyone wondering what he's talking about.
He says, every time I go to the toilet, I say, for Flav. All right. You have to attend Mr. Brown's stuff to.
Mr. Brown.
Well, that's
the real meaning for Mr. Brown Alliance.
Poor Mr. Brown. I'm glad he's not here. Look how his people are misbehaving, including you.
Oh, man.
Shame on you.
He knows when to take a night off.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So anyway, that's right. Brian started getting chased by his followers and he left a sandal. And this is where you could see, this is how religions begin, I guess, Well, at least some of them. They see that they're the person that they were following, all of a sudden, he hooked them on, I guess he was saying, he was building up to a crescendo about the answers to life, the universe and everything, but he never got to the number 42. He just was about to say it, but it didn't happen. And so as soon as the Romans walked away, he was out of there. So he's running away and he loses a sandal as he's being chased by his followers that want to know the answer to life, the question, the meaning of life, the universe and everything.
Hey, Swapshot says, utter filth. Keep going.
You want to help?
I bet you he does.
You want to help, Swappers? I can unhide you.
Unhide him. Go ahead.
Okay, we could at least say, all right, he's at least here in the chat.
Blessed are the cheesemakers, says Flav.
Well, yeah, that was in the beginning. We had that last week.
Well, he brought it up for a reason now, though.
Well, yeah. Well, this is where they decide there's two different factions to form here. And a lot of times religions have those things. They have factions. One of the factions is this lady who was saying, we need to be like him. We need to take off one shoe or one sandal and just have a sandal on one foot. This is the way, kind of like the Mandalorians say, this is the way. And other guy here, played by John Cleese, other follower, is like, no. He had some other explanation of what we should do about it, He's like saying maybe we shouldn't have shoes at all, or I don't know. But anyway, there was a big issue here between these two factions of the faith. And meanwhile, while they're trying to figure it out, their prophet has walked away and is getting away. And it's like, why don't you ask him? But they don't think that. They make their own religion, basically. Rather than asking their prophet, they make their own religion. There's the gourd again. The gourd has made an appearance. I like gourds. Gourds are nice. And somebody's trying to fight over sandals here. And yeah, I can tell I'm all by myself here.
All by myself.
Oh, there we go.
Don't wanna be all by myself
anymore.
Oh, that was Celine Dion, right?
When we were young, I never needed anyone. And making love was just for fun. Those days are gone.
Yeah, they are. Oh boy.
Can we do some meatloaf? How about that? Wait, didn't Meatloaf do a cover of that song?
Oh, he did some. Well, he did plenty of Jim Steinman things. I don't think
He
that song was Jim Steinman though.
no,
N-
but
He did a cover of a Celine Dion song that she did for Jim Steinman. That uh, uh, it's all coming. It's all coming back to me now. That
yeah. Wait, no, that wasn't Celine Dion.
yes, that was
No,
Celine.
no, that's Bonnie Tyler.
No, Bonnie Tyler did the early stuff like
Oh, wait,
"Holding Out
wait.
for
Yeah,
a
you're right.
Hero"
You're right.
and
You're right.
"Total Eclipse of the Heart." It
Oh,
was Celine
yes.
Dion that did that thing in the '90s.
Can we do an earworms on just the history of Total Eclipse of the Heart and all its iterations since its inception?
Are you
That's
saying every Jim Steinman song is "Total Eclipse of the Heart"?
no, no, no. I'm just saying we should do earworms about the history of Total Eclipse of the Heart and
Mm-hmm.
all the different covers because they're all kind of
Well,
bizarre. If and we should see the Steinman interview about the lyrics of the song. It's really fascinating.
yeah. Well, he talks about how in all his songs he puts something that's a little bit over the top, like somewhere lyric wise, about 2/3 of the way through.
I mean, the Bonnie
And
Tyler version was brilliant, and then Meatloaf did it, and it's like,
yeah, I think it's something like the powder keg giving off sparks
yes.
was the thing in that song, and then there was something in the song. What was that? It's all coming back to me now, where Celine Dion had to sing something that was like, it was all barely legal, but it's all coming back to me now.
Oh
It's
gosh.
like, well,
No,
she
no.
was barely legal because she got married at like 16 to a 40-year-old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Her manager and her husband was like
Oh,
3 decades
the
older than her.
music industry is certainly a strange place.
No, I think that's more Quebec.
I think it's industry wide. Hello there, Eraserhead.
Hey, welcome back, Eraserhead. He joined us for B-roll stage last Friday, and that was fun. He was
You
there for
missed much.
the.
You just got started.
Yeah, we just. Yeah, we. Damn it! I gotta get.
Oh, we
going
heard from
here.
Swap Shop. He says that he's actually in bed right now, so he's not gonna come on. But it's nice that he passed by in the chat.
Yeah, it's lovely, and of course, and then this guy kind of gets left at the end. All right, so Brian's running.
Oh yeah. Back to
and-
the movie.
Yeah, back to the movie. He's running, and he runs.
We're all following.
Yeah, they're following and they're chasing, and it's scary. And then he finds a man in a hole, a hermit in the hole, a hole hermit, I think is how we call them. So there's a hole hermit, and Brian. I think we're at the end of this. Oh no, we're not. There we go. It goes ahead, and Brian has no choice but just to fall into the hole with the guy. He lands on his foot, and the poor guy, he's in pain. He cries out, and and that's the end of those slides there. So we're going to move on to the next set, and we find out,
Oh my
unfortunately.
goodness.
Oh, I guess we're going to have to pick up as soon as we do this segment
There's
from
Inga.
popular request.
No.
Yeah, I don't know how popular. The
Well,
request was not to do the reliable AI
it was.
segment. I think so.
Well,
See, common people, he says, "Oh no."
sorry, the real Inga just jumped down from my desk.
The real, yeah.
I had to let her out of the room because otherwise she'll be just crawling on stuff. All right, so
She does that.
she's a protester. and
She'll
it's like,
probably scratch on my door and want to end up on Inga Cam today.
yeah. Well, that's good. That helps.
Tar and
Inga
Feather, that popular request, guys, says Scott Halvett.
Tar and feather. All right. Well, we might as well do it because I made them, And so Graham Chapman on set. Is this a picture of Graham Chapman on set, or is this a an AI knockoff? I guess we
Not
could say.
sure.
It
I can't tell. The
looks like a
detail is
knockoff.
yeah. I think you're right, Mike.
Well, you are indeed correct. This is a knockoff. At least it was able to make something that looks similar to Graham Chapman there on the right. Yeah, I was impressed with that. How about this? Is this Graham Chapman on set?
That one looks, man, on my laptop, it's all smaller. It looks real.
Yeah, that could be real.
Oh, you can, if you guys are seeing it very small, you can right click and go to full screen mode and see it that way if it's too small for you. Because here in EVMux, it has just the video frame there in the middle. All right, and here we go. What did I call them? Some extras, yeah. Graham Chapman and some extras. How about that? Is that a real photo?
That looks real.
It looks real.
It looks Civil War era, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yep, that is true. That's Graham Chapman and some extras from the film. Very nice to be an extra on the film, I guess.
Nope.
How about this? Is this John Cleese in his dressing room?
Nope.
No. No, that's not him. I don't think so.
Is that a dressing room?
No. No, the clothes is discombobulated.
That's Sears and Robot.
Yeah, that's kind of like, yeah, all right, maybe Sears. How about that? We got some John there. Is that real John?
I think it is.
Real John?
I think that's him today, correct?
Yeah, it's not him back then.
Wait, there's... Wait.
Either that
Do
or
you see what's
AI.
in the mirror behind him?
Hold on, I'm gonna have to go into full screen.
There's
mode to
like
see that.
there's a mirror, and then behind them I think there's a doorway. And if you pay attention to the doorway, it doesn't look like what's happening there makes sense.
Well, hold on here. Let me try and see that.
I see a guy's arm in the back and a roll of toilet paper.
Oh, God, here we go again.
That's what's there, Mike. That's what's there. This is...
Oh, you're right.
That's a Stable Diffusion, John Cleese.
No, this is actual
So
a real photo.
if he took that photo, he meant for that to come out in the photo.
That's something they would do as members of Monty Python.
In a portrait, in like a headshot thing, why would you do that?
I never saw that. That was real subtle. That was real subtle,
Well, it's
man.
not so subtle. It's the entryway into. It's a bathroom behind them, and you see a guy.
Yeah, I see it now. Yeah. Yeah.
There's someone in there, and there's toilet paper.
Is it someone that kind of reads the paper as it's being used, so to speak?
No, there's a guy just.
I don't mean a newspaper. I mean Well, this is a real photo, so obviously John decided, hey, go back there and take a crap, and we'll do the photo.
No, the guy's not using the toilet. You just see his arm. This could be Stable Diffusion.
It is not. I would have actually used Stable Diffusion to make it if it was.
This is some other type of AI.
You think? I did use Google. I didn't use Brave.
Oh, you use Google?
Yeah.
I don't know if Google's generating images with.
Well, let's see here.
Because if Flav says it's entirely deliberate, because it's not a guy sitting on the toilet behind him. All you see is an arm, but you know that's a bathroom because you see the roll of toilet paper.
Okay, I'm going to see if I can find the same image again. I'm Googling again. And I found this the first time by saying John Cleese on the set of The Life of Brian. And I'm looking to see if I find the same image again, because they have captions. And so I was going to see if I could read the caption.
Oh, a Flav says it's someone's leg, so someone is sitting on the toilet.
Yeah, that's what I saw. A leg there.
Okay, I thought it was an arm, but looking again, yeah, okay. And Flav says it was totally deliberate. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I
Well,
think we're going to stick with that because I'm not finding the same one again. Google has lots of photos, so yeah, let's keep going. I don't know if we're ever going to finish The Life of Brian, but we're going to have to at least call it tonight at some point. So, how about this?
that is a Renaissance fair, so we know the answer to that question.
Michael Palin.
Yeah.
Well, I was trying to see if Michael Palin could pass. How about that, Michael Palin?
Yeah, that might pass.
Yeah, that's him.
And now this interview is something that if you're Life of Brian fans, you should probably check out. If you search YouTube for Life of Brian interview with Michael Palin and John Cleese, you'll probably find this. It was an interview from 1979 when the film was released. And I'm not sure what the name of the host is, but it's some British television talk show host. And they came on, and so did a bishop and some other, some scholar, a religious scholar, and they had a bit of a discussion about it. And the bishop and these guys like Palin and Cleese were kind of digging at each other back and forth because he really didn't like the film, and these guys were kind of standing up for their work, and so a bit of a debate. But it's something to check out, and it is on YouTube. Internet Help Desk passed it my way, and so it's something that you can search for and find it.
Oh, I didn't think a clergyman would come on the same show.
Well, it was a talk show, and obviously the host is like impartial and just.
Well, they brought in they knew that would create some debate on the show and make it interesting. So.
Yeah, and for those of you who don't follow my life during the week, I did have a dream on Friday.
Oh gosh, Kenny Rogers.
When I woke up, I woke up from a dream where I was actually on with Trev Retro, and the thing is, I was channeling the spirit of Kenny Rogers as a medium, which is something I don't normally do, but it is a dream, and so I'm glad for some alternatives like that to come up. So that's what I was doing, but I was doing so while riding a bike across the countryside. I was doing some sort of live correspondence thing, and well, I woke up from that dream, and then one of the things I saw was like an invite for his Friday night FUBAR show, and so I was like, hey, I'd like to do that, and I DM'd him, and I was able to get on, so that was nice. I did not channel Kenny Rogers, though, and whatever. I think probably the show went better without doing that, because I don't know how good at it I would be, but that's why Kenny Rogers was part of my week. So, all right, let's get back to Monty Python and stuff here. You never know what you're going to get on earworms.
Yeah, apparently. Apparently.
Is this Mandy, mother of Brian?
Yes.
Yes, that is Terry Jones aptly playing Mandy, mother of Brian. And are these is this a Stable Diffusion creation or some real actual virgins?
No, that's Stable Diffusion for sure.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. Eric Idle, the gentleman that helped as a bridge to make it happen. Remember, Eric Idle knew George Harrison from the Beatles, and George Harrison gave them the money that they needed to finish the film. Well, not finish, but to actually start the film. They were short And so, I guess, yes, that's straight from the film. That's too easy. Alrighty, and then how about this? I basically I decided not to do it. I asked AI for a picture of Eric Idle on the cross, and the result I got, I was like, no, this
Holy
would probably
shit.
it'd probably be too incendiary. Yeah, there's some ways that I guess I don't feel comfortable using the crucifix, so I just went softball and did this. So here we have a prophet. How about that? Okay, yeah, I know I wimped out, but yeah, it's not it's just some things, you look at them and you can say to yourself, I don't really want to put that on. I'll talk about wiping off, but I'm not going to do that.
Ugh. Well, that's hardly controversial.
Well, we'll see. All right, so anyway, here we go. And this is
Common people. He agrees with Swapper's avatar.
he agrees with Swapper's avatar.
Yeah, he's offline.
Oh, that's right. He's just kind of there. Yeah, not saying much. He's silent, and probably not much should be said. I wonder if for the rest of this, if we should just all be silent and just skip through the slides.
Yeah, there
Like
you go.
this.
Let's
Just
go
like
through
this.
the slides. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, just so people know, the guy
Yeah.
he took a vow of silence, and now he treads on his, but Brian's trying to hide, and it doesn't work out because the guy, after breaking his vow of silence, doesn't want to be quiet anymore. And he's happy, and he wants to celebrate now. After being silent for so many years, he just wants to celebrate, and his celebration kind of attracts the crowd over. And here they come to the hole, and they're asking their prophet for answers, and he's just telling them to go away, leave me alone. As most prophets want, leave me alone. And they're saying, how should we go away, my Lord? How should I go away? Just go away. Wonderful dialogue. And what?
Go away.
Yeah, there you go. I think we got the point. I don't think next time in the future I'm going to take every single slide of dialogue. I had it just in case we were going to do some community theater, but the strange thing is Sunday nights we get tired and we're just like,
Yeah.
And maybe, the Grail is easier to do some community theater than this in some ways, but
Yeah,
there you
the
go.
Grill had more opportunities for interesting community theater. I don't know why. It's different.
Well, I mean, here the skits are like the stoning. That's a popular skit. The Biggest Dickus and Incontinentia Buttocks is a good skit.
Yeah.
But then some of the others, I mean, it's interesting, but it's not like as memorable as skits. Well, there's the juniper bushes, and the crowd thinks that he created them. And he's like, no. And it's like, he created food. It's like, well, they're juniper bushes. They make juniper berries.
Imagine.
Yeah. Well, they didn't notice them before, so he must have created them. And so there's a discussion about that. Always check to make sure if something just occurs naturally, it may not have been created by this person that you wish to follow. Well, and this guy's upset about his juniper bushes. I tried to get a slide there where we didn't get complete ass crack, because I don't
Oh
think
my gosh.
I don't think YouTube likes that. But yeah,
No.
well, Terry Jones also played the naked organist. Yeah, which Mike sent me some slides from.
Yes.
That's Mike.
So his backside has been a frequent appearance, made frequent appearances on Monty Python Flying Circus.
Poor man.
Yeah. Well, he did it voluntarily. So anyway, what's going on now? I can't even see the subtitles. So it's a something.
A miracle.
A miracle. They're saying it's a miracle because this guy is like, no, he stepped on my foot and stuff like that. So he's vouching for Brian, who really wants to relinquish his status as a deity or a prophet or anything important. But they keep arguing back and forth. So it's getting unhinged here. Really upset. And I mean, really, all he wanted to do is just pursue this Judith chick. And look at what it's gotten him into.
Mess.
So, Liza, any great lines here? I know Mike's like semi-retired right now.
Now, fuck off. I mean, now, fuck off.
Oh, that's the line. Okay.
That was the line.
For a minute there, I thought you were telling me to fuck off. Oh, shit.
Keeping you guessing, man.
All right. And so anyway, oh yeah, they did ask, how shall we fuck off? Which is
Go away. Leave me alone.
Yeah, that's what you like to hear. It's like, how should we fuck off? You know, and he's upset about the juniper bushes and everything like that still. And
He broke his foot, broke his vow of silence, and then
yeah,
his juniper berries.
yeah, and so he starts attacking the the chosen one here, and that's when the crowd kind of gets upset. They pick him up. Yep, they pick him up. Thou shalt not touch the chosen one. I pity the person that has a handful of Terry Jones' ass there, you know. Don't grab the cheek.
Scott has a point here.
Yes.
And what is that point?
Lawrence has blurred the line between the film and reality.
Have I? How did I do that?
Well, Scott thinks you did, so congratulations.
Perception is everything, man.
Mike, I'm hungry.
I know, my wife's hungry, and we can't do a week 3 on this. We can't do a week 3 on this. So, do I have to completely finish it? Oh, this is where a cock crows. It's not a croc. It's just a cock-a-doodle-doo. All right, we're moving along. Well, we're getting to the heavy stuff here. We're getting to the heavy stuff. This is the interesting stuff. This is where Brian, I think I went through it too quickly, but Brian did see Judith, and so he and Judith, they went off together, and then we saw that scene before where the cock crows, and
they had snacks.
That would be the morning cock, and so I had to censor a little bit here. So anyway, Brian wakes up from the bed with Judith and opens the doorway, and that's when we see.
Oh my gosh!
Well, that was. There you go. What are you trying to say there, Lawrence?
Ay ay ay! You should have just used your avatar on all of them.
I got the ass.
Well, I think the thing is, if he used yours, he'd be sleeping on the couch.
Yes, he would. Absolutely. So he had to pick on
have
Mike
to come all the way
instead.
to Florida to kick his ass. So yeah.
That's true. You're safe. He's safe from you, Mike. Ay ay ay!
Damn social media.
Sacrilege.
I would say his flock has grown, and so there we go. Yeah, they have grown. He closes the door. He's all, whoa, uh-oh, you know. And so, yeah, closes the door behind him. And oh, it looks like this set of slides has reached its end, so I'm going to move on to the next.
Oh gosh, I think Scott's come up with a code name or a euphemism for
For what?
Mike. He says that's full on Mike Gorley there.
Yep. That's all I got to say about that.
Uh,
All right. So,
There you go.
look,
There we
Common People has now extracted a quote from Lawrence, the Wayfarer Project. I got ass. 2025. I got the ass. Okay.
I've got the ass.
Yeah.
The ass award. All right. Well, anyway, he's back in here, and and he hears his mother, which is something you don't want to hear. You go out front, as you do, after a night of a bit of bopping, and you open the window, and all your followers are there, and then you come back in, and you hear your mother, and so that's not exactly great, and there she is, like questioning him now. What's happening? Who are all those people? What's going on out there? And then, he's just nervous because he knows he's got a girl there, and at the same time, he's got some followers outside, and he's just like, I don't know what they're doing. And she's like, it's a swarm, not just a bunch of friends. It's some swarm outside. And there we go. We kind of see them again. Now, Judith does make an appearance here. And let's see, where's that? Oh, no, Mom goes out, first of all, to see what's going on here. And I once again, I can't see the subtitles. So if anybody sees a great line, please let me know.
Now go away.
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, they say he's the Messiah, and it's like, he's not the Messiah. He's just a very naughty boy. And so that was the great line there. That's been clipped and played a lot. So comes back in. She's really upset with him now, and just like, what did you do getting these people to think that you're the Messiah? And here we go. There's Judith. Fortunately, she had long hair that covered up some things, and then we put swappers in there to cover up the other stuff.
Swap Shop is in the chat. Mike Gorley, not to be confused with Mark Gorley, of course.
Well, of course.
Well, you mean Mark Gormley? You're talking about that other artist that, well, unfortunately passed away. Okay, so anyway, we're moving forward here, aren't we? So, the mother at one point, I love that she called her a Welsh tart. It's like, all right, I guess the Welsh made it to Jerusalem, didn't they? Yeah. So anyway, there we go. Mom is going to talk to them. And I think her whole thing is just that, all right, they want to talk to her son, and she really just wants him to go away, but they were able to get her to agree to, okay, I'll let you talk to him for 1 minute, no more than that. And so it's funny how, they got the crowd to talk in unison and just yell back in unison like it's a conversation between two people, but it's a whole crowd there. That was awesome.
Now shove off. This was a funny bit. No.
And
did you hear what I said?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. It's like that, is it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. They were talking as a chorus.
Oh, all right, then you can see him for 1 minute.
Yep. That's the agreement. All right, 1
There
minute.
you go.
And yeah, and that's when she's like calls back to him, okay, Brian, leave that Welsh tart alone. And he's like, I don't want to. But she forces him to face the consequences. You know, you're still responsible for this. You may not have wanted it, but you're responsible for it because you were there, pretended to be a preacher, and you got some followers.
You skipping the
What?
clip?
What
Yeah,
clip?
number 7 there.
Oh, okay. I don't have to talk. That's amazing. So we can actually play something for once. Let me see here. But I need to get the right thing here. We are doing a video clip. And what number is it?
7.
7. There we go. I've loaded up 7. We go down here and we can play 7. Jeez. I mean, it's just the exact opposite. I mean, this is where like the film is not, you know, just specifically, I mean, it's talking about all forms of like groupthink, you know, government and also just like, you know, when society is moving like a herd or something like that, you know, you got to think for yourself is, you know, bottom line, what's being expressed here. And it's just great how he's saying, yes, you're all individuals. And then the crowd saying as a group, we're all individuals, except for one guy who stands out from the crowd and says, I'm not. And it's funny because it's the exact opposite. He's the individual and they're all kind of like in a herd mentality.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, if it's not a personal question. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So we are coming back to our slides here. And,
we were being told to piss off, man.
who, who
Yeah,
told us
piss
to
off. She did.
Yeah, well, we're not in the crowd. We're watching this from an outsider's perspective. All righty, but anyway, as Brian's trying to leave, you know, the People's Front of Judea actually come in and they decided, oh, wait a minute, maybe we could do something with this. So they try to function as some of his kind of like representatives, and they're arranging some healings and some, what do you call that, the exorcisms and things like that, and you know, trying to schedule them because I don't know, they looked like they could maybe make a little money here with the chosen one. So that shows you another aspect of like groupthink and everything. There's always those that want to take advantage of it and use it to make a little money. And probably the biggest religion in the world today is the religion of money, unfortunately.
Yes.
And there we go. So some great lines that I can't see. So
See
anyway,
what?
yeah, I can't see the subtitles. Remember, my controls for backwards and forwards are right on top of the subtitles. But anyway, he's able to get outside and he meets up with Judith. And I mean, she's a revolutionary, you know, just like there she is. She basically finds him on his own. And this is where it gets down to the heart of the matter. She's a revolutionary, and she's like, oh, you're saying such great things, but she doesn't quite get it either. Because she still wants him to be like the leader of the revolution. And it's like, that's the opposite of what he's saying. But that's what happens, you know, as you do when you find yourself attracted to a young lady, you know, when you're young. And you get attracted to some young lady and you find out she's a revolutionary. And next thing you know, you're going to all these, these meetings, these underground meetings of the People's Front of Judea or whatever other revolutionary organization happens to be popular at the time. And of course, it's the ladies that are really into it and take it really seriously, while the guys are just there to hang out and be social. She's the one you got to really worry about, you know. It's not Reg, you know, the head of the People's Front of Judea, or even, you know, Francis or Loretta. You know, they're not the ones to worry about. It's this one. Yeah, it's this one, because she's the one that's the true revolutionary. So anyway, he was just happy to have a night with her, a festive evening. But no, she wants him to be a leader and lead the revolution, and he's arguing with her about it. So that's another thing. Don't get swept up into causes just because you are hoping for, you know, a little bit of bedroom action, so to speak. Well, unfortunately, here comes the Roman centurion, and he's got Brian and takes Brian away. And yeah, Judith does attack him from behind. She attacks the centurion. He's just like, stop that. He wasn't getting anywhere. So we're back here with Pontius Pilate, and Pontius Pilate, this time I think he has Biggest Dickus with him, and so we'll see him in a moment. Once again, anybody want to say some lines? Be more than welcome to.
No, thanks.
Okay. All right, folks. On earworms,
You're on your own.
Yeah. All right.
I'm waiting for Biggest Dickus.
There he is.
Yeah.
There he is. Also played by Graham Chapman.
Yep.
Yeah. And so he's laying there looking all casual and reclined. And I guess you would say he's in a non-erect state at this point. But there he is. So he is real. And that's, I'm sure everyone's delighted to know that.
Well, of course.
The thinker pose. Oh, wait a minute. Is that the end of this stack? That's the end of this stack, I believe.
Uh-oh.
So we got to get
There's another stack. Oh my gosh.
Well, we're not at the end of the movie yet.
I think I'm going to start dinner, to be honest with you.
Oh.
I need to start dinner.
All right. Well, come on. Let's move along here. I'll keep going. And yeah, I thought, you know, at some point somebody might just say, hey, let's do some community theater. And then I just wanted to be prepared. So I have every single line of the movie here.
Goodness. We should have had that for the Holy Grail.
Yeah, well, hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
And there, what does Biggest have to say there?
Hail Caesar.
Hail Caesar. Caesar. Hail Caesar. And so the centurion, all of a sudden, he's a keen observer of detail, and he notices that Biggest has a bit of a lisp. And this just might be a bit of a problem because, the Pontius Pilate needs to speak to the crowd. And the crowd is kind of like in a little bit of a rascally mood. And Centurion knows the way it is. He knows that the people just are making fun of Pontius Pilate and his inability to say the letter R properly. It sounds like a W. I don't know if you call that a lisp or a wisp. And then Biggest Dickus has a lisp, and he does the whole TH thing instead of S's. And so we've got, you know, some people that maybe aren't going to be the best public speakers that are going to go out and address the crowd. And Biggest is, you know, he's going to teach them a lesson because, you know, he's pretty high up. He wanks as high as anybody in Rome, as we'll find out. All right, back here, the Judean People's Front.
Yes.
Oh, no, this is where they're having a very bureaucratic meeting, basically talking about minutes and recording minutes and having a discussion, taking a vote, seconding motions, all this sort of things about, not actually doing what they're supposed to do. It's like the revolution is happening right now. And that's what Judith comes in saying. She's like, this is real life, Reg. This is right now. The revolution's happening now. They took Brian. We need to rescue him. Let's go ahead. And they just want to talk about voting on it. Because I think they know deep down inside they might actually have to do something. And they don't want to. They'd rather just talk about it. They'd rather just go through the motions. And so that's where, a lot of people don't think that there's a deep meaning in this film, but, there's some deep meanings in this film.
Quite a bit.
Organizations that do a lot of talking, but don't want to do what they're supposedly all about. It's easier to sit in meetings than to actually try and engage the Romans. And when they do, Reg has a bad back, and they actually end up fighting each other, which is what entities like the Romans want. They want all the people that would be against them to fight with each other rather than with them.
Divide and conquer.
Rather than align together. And so
they invented it, I think.
I wish I could fast click.
You could.
No, I can't fast click because it actually has...
Yeah.
It has a fade delay on it. Okay, so we're back here now. We're back here. What is Pontius Pilate saying?
Crucifixion.
Crucifixion?
Yes.
Yeah, because the just as outlined in the...
That's not Pilate, though.
Oh, no? Oh, no!
No,
it's still Michael Palin.
It's Mike, yeah, but he's a centurion.
Yeah.
And, and this is the crucifixion line.
Oh, yeah, crucifixion?
And their title is like, what? Freedom for me.
Yep. It's like crucifixion? Good. Line out to the left, one cross each, that sort of thing.
That's it.
Yeah, that was the routine. The guy that's like...
oh, that's jolly good. Well, off you go then.
Yeah. And they always like to stab you in the gut because they're like, no, just kidding. It's like, you're just about to get out of it, buddy. Oh, I see. That's a good one there. So, yeah, they take the whole crucifixion thing and I guess they lighten the atmosphere a little bit there. And there we go. We have these horns, these big old horns. I couldn't get it all in one screen. They panned up. But there was guys like hanging on a rope with these big horns. And I don't know, man. I don't know what the rope's all about, but there's guys below hanging onto ropes with these big old horns. The horns that breached the walls of Jericho, I guess. There we go. There is Pontius Pilate. He needs to release just to be, just to keep up public relations with the people who are being oppressed here. He needs to release a prisoner or someone who's sentenced to be crucified. And now all the crowd wants, as you might, is just to get him to say names with the letter R. And because anytime he tries to say names with the letter R or anything with the letter R, W's come out. And and the guards know better. They know better. They know this is not a good thing. This crowd is going to be rolling around on the ground shortly. Release, what is it? Waja.
Waja.
Yeah. Release Waja. Release Waja. And
release Waja.
Yeah. And they start laughing and stuff like that. And, the centurion has to tell him, we don't have anybody by that name. Uh-huh. Really? Why not? Well, we don't. And what do we have next? I forget. After Roger, there's somebody else with an R name.
Roderick.
Roderick. Yeah, Wadwick.
Wadwick.
You got 2 R's in that one. And he leans
Wadwick.
back. It's like, why do they titter so? Oh, no. It's just some Jewish joke. Are they making fun of me? Oh, no. Oh, no. The centurion has to play the balance there because, he knows it'll be too much, for Pontius Pilate to handle if he knew the truth. You can't handle the truth. But, some of his guards are giggling too. Mm-hmm.
Lots of snickery.
Yep. Why do they titter so? And I forget what the next R name is, but there we go. We are at the end of this stack of slides. Don't worry, Eliza. We are almost there. I think she already left. She's probably already making dinner. Because I don't see. Oh no, she's flashed up one of her own chats. What does she say there? Can I
go make dinner?
She's asking the chat. Oh,
Go
man.
make dinner.
We're going to get a reputation of coming on, having no audio, and then wanting to run away and make dinner.
Me, I'll go make dinner. No.
It sounds like you were eating it already.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I was earlier. I said I'm eating some combos.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Mike, I could use a combo right now.
Oh, yes. Just stick it out. By the way, I will be in Ohio next weekend, so I will not be with you.
Oh.
Okay. Well, that is one thing
Ohio.
That's one thing we'll need to be working out. I was thinking it might be a great week to do John Williams, because next Sunday is May the 4th. And that's the day that a lot of people like to do Star Wars and so forth. And about the only thing, because I like to keep it positive. One of the things that, especially since I want to do a little more music and stuff, is maybe we could talk a little bit more about some of the music of John Williams. We'll play what we can, but I'd also like to play maybe some videos of like some interviews and stuff, and just kind of work that in. I think that might be a good time to do it, since May the 4th actually happens on a Sunday. And maybe Swappers will be able to make that Sunday. I don't know. And,
there you go. He can take my place.
Yeah.
Because I know John Williams, but I'm not. Yeah, I wouldn't have a crap ton to say anyway. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll need to do even a little more research, because I want to find some videos, like especially with him talking and maybe talking about his work, or especially in Star Wars and stuff. I know he really drew from Gustav Holst's The Planets for that a lot, but there you
go. It's settled. John Williams next Sunday.
Yeah, I think we might want to do that.
Flav is giving me permission to go make dinner.
Oh, okay. Well, you can leave as soon as it gets to the cross scene, because I know you don't like that. All right. Well, Biggest Dickus is going to read off some names here. And unfortunately for him, all the names on his list are like several seditious, I forget that is. Several seditious something from Caesarea, and all sorts of S words. So he basically is the last straw, because as soon as he gets on it, as soon as Biggest Dickus gets on it, then the crowd's going nuts. They're on the ground. And there we go. There's our jailer, the last person or the last Roman you see before you get your crucifix. He's handing them out, and
Pilate's brother.
Yeah. And now these guys, this interesting conversation is coming up with those guys later. All right, there's Brian. Now, Brian really wants to talk things through. He's a sincere guy. He thinks that, reason and rationality can work things out. He's really a Roman. He's trying to say that he's Roman. He's not Jewish. although he really is half and half. You think about it. There we go. Now there's a discussion with the jailer here, who is a very interesting guy. What? What? No, 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 no. We've got lots of them around the back. Or what does he say at that point? I think it's, if you want it, I can get it. Something like that. So anyway, a bit of a somewhat insane jailer there, aptly played by Terry Gilliam.
Terry Gilliam, yes.
Yeah. Who was the American in the group? The only one.
Yep.
Although I'm pretty sure he got his accent did transform over time. I remember a funny story that John Cleese was talking about when they were meeting up together for like, the early days of coming up with ideas for the Flying Circus. And they decided, all right, I guess it was like at night, and they knew they were going to be there for some hours. And John Cleese wanted to put the kettle on, Now he's thinking a proper English tea. And the American Terry Gilliam came up with the idea. He said, we should just boil a whole bunch of water. And John Cleese said that, you just see the expression on his face. He's like, oh man, not an American. Ugh. Boil a whole bunch of water. All right. So it looks like Brian's not going to get his audience here. They're in a hurry. They got all these people that they need to service that day, so to speak, and get through. And Eric Idle there to the side is trying to explain that, this guy's a bit deaf and stuff, and it's hard to talk to him. But we'll find out later that actually they can talk just fine. Okay. Are we done yet? No, we're not at the end of this stack. Come on, Big Nose, hurry up. There's people waiting to be crucified out here. Yep. And so it's like, no, we don't have time. We don't have time. We gotta, come on, just come on, hurry up. We need to keep going. And, I think, I'm shuffling along. And there we go. Everyone's on the ground. Everyone's rolling around because Biggest Dick has laid them all out. And so they're trying to figure out what's going on. How come these people are like rolling around on the ground? And they're at their wits' end. The Centurion's trying not to let them know what's going on, but it's going to be hard to do that. But anyway, here we are about to do the March with the Crucify. And it's like, hello, a crucifixion party. Ready? Wait for it. And then they march. And although this guy does have some advice, on keep your shoulder hard up against the crucifix and you'll be there in no time. Really?
Such a nice centurion.
Yeah. Well, it's the same guy. He's the kind of centurion you want to see. Yeah, he's the kind. Oh, of course, he plays Pontius Pilate too. But anyway, there we go. We're trucking along, marching along, and what now? What now? Oh yeah, this is where there's a guy struggling with a crucifix, and a good Samaritan offers to shoulder his burden for a little while, and that's something you don't want to do in a Monty Python film, because that guy just takes advantage of the opportunity and just bolts. And there we go. So the guy that was shouldering his burden for a little bit got stuck with it. And we're back to Pontius Pilate. Now, he's just about had it, because they don't have any of the prisoners that the crowd's asking for. And then when they read off the list, they just laugh. They don't give me answers. But Judith is there. Judith to the rescue. She says, what about Brian? And He thinks it's a joke, but the centurion says, "No, you just sent a Brian to crucifixion, so we have a Brian." And the crowd's happy enough to say Brian because it has an R in it, but you know. So there we go. So it's time. Brian just might get saved. He just might be saved from this ordeal. And now here's a centurion that doesn't believe this guy that says, "Well, look, I was just holding this cross for somebody." Or wait a minute, haven't we gotten there yet? I don't know. I can't see the subtitle, so I don't know.
Ass there.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, we're back here. Yep. And it'll be nice next week. I'd like to do fewer slides and a lot of clips and stuff.
More
So that
news
way,
app.
yeah, I want to hear some stuff. But actually, we got to avoid a lot of the studio recordings if we can. Or just do them in live and take them out for the re-rub. But anyway, so the centurion comes in and he needs to find Brian. It's like, have they gone yet? And what? Have they gone yet? What? And that's something I did for a while. I used to do that. What? Have they gone? Are they here? Have they left? All right. So that's it. We are on our last stack of slides. So Liza will be happy. I hear her already leaving the other room. Maybe we need a different time slot. Okay, so Reg and the rest of the group decide they're going to go out and actually do something, I guess. And there's Brian. So it's all coming to a head. We're switching from scene to scene. He sees Golgotha up ahead, and there we go. Yeah, and he's like seeing all the scenery, and yeah, this is kind of macabre. I remember Liza saying that was really a macabre ending with but they do lighten it up a bit, and with the banter between the people and everything. And I think also what they were going for, because they said it in an interview, was they were going for, this is basically trying to find hope in spite of the imminent fact of death. Like in any situation, we're basically all certain of one thing. And, and this is almost like what would you call it? An expression of what life is, or a metaphor for life, because basically throughout life, we're basically just trying to keep that out of our minds. And, with the imminence of death, it's like you're the main thing you're doing in life is just trying to not think about it and to find diversions from it, or to try and look on the bright side of life and so forth, which is the ultimate message. Oh, yeah, that's right. Brian is being released, but one guy says, I'm Brian. And it's like, and it's hard to tell who's Brian, because as soon as you say we're going to release Brian, everyone wants to be Brian. Him and his wife are both Brian. And so, yeah.
Well.
Yeah, Mike.
Life's a piece of shit when you think of it.
Yeah, and I think we did get to the end there, did we not?
We're about there.
Yeah, and so, yeah, and so really life is passing time before you die in many ways, but it's one of those things that I think about every day is mortality, and I think that's about the only thing you can do is try to bring any kind of happiness to your day that you can, as well as the days of others, and do not initiate harm. And there, the Eric Idle character is getting taken off the cross, and he's like, "Put me back, you bastards!"
Just kidding.
Oh, man.
Hey, he's got a song to sing, man.
Well, that's a different, he plays two roles there. Eric
know.
Idle played two roles on the cross. And there Brian gets hoisted up, and And I think the character says to him, "It's not so bad once you're up." Oh,
And here
and
they come.
here they come, and you think they're going to rescue him. See, it's not so bad once you're up. Well, I guess they didn't do the nail thing, so it is a bit better. And then it's like, your lot going to rescue you? And he's got people from the Syrian Empire that come and rescue him just about every time. So he's got hope to be rescued. And he fills Brian full of some hope that maybe he'll be rescued. But it doesn't quite work out that way. Yeah, there comes the People's Front of Judea, and they just basically give him an official statement of their policy that they support him in what he's doing. And there we go. Good old corporate statement. I guess you could call that a mission statement. Oh, boy. And, yeah, so Brian really just wants to be rescued. He's not caring so much for their lofty thoughts on his crucifixion. And, yeah, I did the whole thing, didn't I not? All right. And so, and then what do we have? There are some more rescue attempts. There they are. They gave him the salute and everything. They're just not listening. He's like, come on.
You bastards.
Yep. That word's been used an awful lot in this film. And then what do we have here? We have, the Romans are a little worried because I think it's another front of Judea that comes. Is that the ones that are coming now? I know they come at some point.
No, they're asking for Brian.
Oh, that's right. I thought I already said that before because I thought they were. Oh, that was just oh no, before that was the discussion about the location. They had the right to be crucified in the purely Jewish section. Oh,
Right.
shoot. Oh, now come look and paste it here. And he gets,
I'm not really Brian.
yeah, I'm not really Brian. Come on, put me back, you bastards. And he really does get mad at him. He really wants him to put him back. And nope, he got rescued.
Can't take a joke.
Oh, but don't worry. Here comes the Judean People's Front. And they come running up, and it turns out it's actually their crack suicide squad. The Romans are still running away, though. And here they are, the crack suicide squad, and they basically commit seppuku. And so they're not going to help. And I guess that's a commentary on martyrs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Or people that really want to be martyrs and don't just, it's one thing if you end up being a martyr from your convictions, but if you're trying to be a martyr, that's usually not the way to go about it. And then Judith comes and Reg explained it to her and she supports him and she's like, I'm glad of what you're doing. And I skipped a lot of her conversation there. And she goes away. She's not going to rescue Brian. She just says, good job, Brian. And so she goes away, and then there comes Mom. Yep, and she adds insult to insult to injury, and so there we go. And then we have our closing scene with the great song, which I'm not going to play. And I noticed that I had about 13 clips of media, and I only played one tonight. And there was probably like 6 I was supposed to play. But, yeah, I think I've realized here that we're going to have to change our approach to how doing the films. I don't think I'm going to do the big mega slide thing in the future. I'm going to probably do moments.
There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
Glad to see you're still here, Mike. I think everyone else is left, though. And so,
yeah. Well, it's a rough start, but
yeah, it was. And I don't know. You live and you learn.
Well,
and so
You got an agreement from Mr. Rad there.
Bayona Rad, yep.
You
So
need
that
to
means,
cut down slides.
yeah,
Probably
I'm
if we
gonna,
cut down slides, we could get through a movie in one night.
yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do, especially since we've probably all seen these before. So why don't we do that? All
Yeah.
right, we live and learn, and
Well, that's how
hopefully
it
I
goes.
will.
You progress.
Yep, one of these days it might actually be good. All right, so I'm gonna let's remove Liza from the stage, and now Mike. So everybody, you might want to go down in the description and check out Mike Mountain Hawk Gorley's channel. The link's there, and he's been releasing.
Sir.
He's been releasing new music every week, like 2 or 3 pieces a week. And so you want to check that out. It's great background music for while you're doing stuff. He has things in playlists and stuff, so you can just kind of, press
The latest
play.
one, I have a flute conversation with a bird.
Oh, wow. I'm going to check that out. I'll check that out tonight.
Yeah, I was on my last hike. I was recording some flute, and this bird started chirping. So I kind of stopped and did, like little 3-note, doodle-oo. And then I'd stop, and the bird would go doodle-oo. And that went on about 3 or 4 times, all on film. It's actually pretty cool.
That must be a magic moment.
Yeah. Birds seemed to like flutes. I had a woodpecker. Now we were more in unison, but I had a woodpecker a couple times ago. So yeah, it's not uncommon for the birds they like the flutes.
Now, was it woodpecker pecking?
No, he was.
Oh, okay. I was going to say that's kind of like percussion.
Yeah, but he wasn't. Oh, that would be cool too.
Yeah.
No, he was kind of singing along, but this last one, we kind of went back and forth, so it was a musical exchange.
Yeah. So, what's the name of that so folks can find it? Or
I was ready to. Yeah, I actually posted it because I was talking to a friend of mine, and I had the wrong song, so I had to go look for it. Oh, come on.
Anyway, subscribe to the channel, folks. You get music served up to you every week, and it's great stuff. Very relaxing. Some of it, it's not all the same.
Upward Movement. It's called Upward Movement.
All right, sounds good. I'll check that out. I mean, it's not always the same, but most of it is very relaxing, or at least just great stuff.
Well, it's either very relaxing or very weird, one or the other.
Yeah. But they're in playlists, so you can play things from similar types. All right, Mike. Well, you enjoy your adventure next week. And this documentary that you're putting together of Consider the Source. Email me when that comes out. Maybe we could touch on that the following week or something.
Yeah, that would be great.
Because I'd like to do some more music coming up. And, we have the Best of Both Worlds with John Williams if we do that next week. And we probably will. I think that would be a good idea. And then after that, maybe a little bit about Consider the Source. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I'm seeing him in Columbus, Ohio next weekend.
But one thing we will do, and I'll be sure to just do moments here and, just the highlights. Do slides of the highlights of, I think for our 1-year anniversary, which is coming up on June 1st, I'd like to do This Is Spinal Tap.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it would be a great 1-year celebration. And Swapper said he'll definitely join us for that one.
Cool.
So. All right. So anyway, we're going to say goodnight to you all. Sorry we haven't had chats up on screen, but Liza does that, and she's making dinner right now. And yeah. So good night, one and all. I'm going to take you off screen so we can play the national anthem.
All right. Good night, everybody. See you.
See ya. Let's get me.